Hi, everyone. We are in the Saddle Creek community where we just finished a peace walk, and all these people showed up, and it's because of this lady. This is Kimberly Weeks.
Hi, everybody.
So
Nice to
I
meet you.
actually saw Kimberly's message on Nextdoor,
Yes.
and she said, I'm a mom of 4 boys, and I've been having this conversation
Yes.
about safety and being out in their neighborhood. And she said, let's go for a walk. And she put it out there to the neighborhood to say, I'm taking my sons out. If you want to join us, come join us. And Kimberly.
And this is all the people that joined, and I am like completely moved. I'm thrilled. And it's really about, we don't have to walk in fear. We don't have to allow our neighborhood to become a place that we look at each other with suspicions, where we don't feel comfortable, we don't feel safe, where we don't know each other. And I just thought we need to do something that creates a different atmosphere in our community. And this is the result of that. This is all these people. I mean,
I had to run through the crowd, so I was a little out of breath trying to catch up with you. Is this your son?
this is one of them.
Oh, hi. How are you?
And this one.
Oh, and you're come on over.
Yes.
I would love to talk to you because, I want to hear about the conversations that you've been having at home.
Cole, come here.
Well, it's difficult to generally try to explain to someone that's a little bit younger, but for the older ones, it's just conversations we've been having for a long time, for many generations. That's still certain things that we just have to be aware of that other people might not have to be aware of, and so I don't really know anything different. So, I mean, it's really encouraging to see people supporting us and supporting us being able to. It's really heartwarming because I never knew that this many people would be so supportive, So.
Well, it's obvious they care because not only are people in the community or your neighborhood here, but people in the community as well. So when you started hearing about all these cases out there with Ahmaud Arbery and just everything else, were you scared to leave the house?
I was leave the house, but I was angry. Just the fact that this would happen to an innocent black man who didn't do anything wrong, who was just being black. And it's the fact people are just scared because they don't know if it's going to happen to them, if it's going to happen to their children. And it shouldn't have to be that way.
So tell me about the conversation we need to have now, because clearly people want to hear and people want to learn. So what do we need to do? Tell us.
The conversation that needs to be had is really centered around the commonality, the human commonalities that we have, the relationships that we can build together, and I think also just being really honest about our biases, about what we learned growing up, about the experiences that we've had. Because without that level of just transparency and being willing to come to the table to talk about those things, people can't break through that fear. And when they do have those conversations, they're able to break through that fear and then start to see each other as human beings.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I have young children at home too, and for them, I don't think they see color. They're used to it. So you, as the next generation, help us teach our children and help children. What would you say?
Well, I think the most important thing is to self-educate yourself, watch movies, talk to people who have experienced it, yes. And just people who understand what it's like and what's going on, just have honest conversations about what they're feeling.
And for something like this, I think people kind of got fearful of, I don't want to be on a protest, I don't want to be holding a sign, I don't want to get in trouble. To this, what do you say?
I say that, honestly, if we all stand together, I mean, something might happen, but it's still going to go down in the history books as we were on the right side of history. So, I mean, when it comes to protests, we've always, especially peaceful protests, we've always had opposition, but it's always going to go the right way, I believe, in the long run.
And there's a scripture in the Bible. It's 1 John 4:18, and it says that there is no fear in perfect love, because perfect love casts out fear. So I have tried to create an environment in my home, and I want to create it in this community, where if there is fear present, that we just pour love into that situation. It's literally, it totally makes fear go away. And I think this is proof of that, because there's a whole bunch of folks out here, just from me saying, hey, let's go take a walk, that are out here in love supporting that sentiment.
Well, it's beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for doing this and showing us what it's like to stand up and to love. So I will let you get back to all your friends. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
All right, so this is the Saddle Creek community. Kimberly Weeks has on Nextdoor saying that she and her 4 sons have had multiple conversations and not feeling safe walking in their neighborhood or in their community after several shootings and also Ahmaud Arbery. So she said, let's go out. I'm going to put it out to the neighbors, and if you want to come, great. And not only did they show up, but they showed up with candles. I want you to take a look. They've started lighting the candles. They've shown up with candles, with signs, and they've brought along other friends. These are not just people in this neighborhood, but these are also people in the community. They've brought their children out here as well. Pretty remarkable. Roswell, this is you.